going on, it's JT, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings, a series, of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United. Let me have a little talk about it. And the first story of today is surrounding someone who is a little bit of interest for me, which is Oliver Antman, who, according to the EFL analyst, he was credited to have had interest from both Sheffield United, Leeds United, Leicester City, and Southampton. However, according to the Daily Record, Rangers, the 49ers-backed enterprise, of course, have reached an agreement to sign the Gers player. This was an interesting option Leeds could have had for a little bit of a cheap. Apparently, we were interested in him. Haven't heard too much about big Oliver Antman, obviously has a banging Team of the Season card. But aside from that, not a lot of information, but it is one Leeds United will not be looking at in the near future. Crystal Palace now shortlist another Leeds United target who we spoke about a week ago, just over a week ago, Bilal El Khanous, for a move this summer. Now, the breakdown, when I had a little look at his positional places, his stats, for me, was not someone who was producing enough output to be an out-and-out number 10 for Leeds United. This is coming by way of Sky Sports journalist Sacha Tagliafieri, who has led Leeds down the garden path quite a few times, who have said Crystal Palace have also joined the race to sign him. It doesn't seem like this is a top priority move for Leeds right now. There's a lot of other names Leeds seem to be pursuing more, so I do expect Palace or anyone else to show a significant interest in him to nab him away from Leeds United. Now, speaking of someone being nabbed away from Leeds United, Mateo Joseph is just that man who is registering a lot of interest over from Spain. Leeds United obviously recently rejected that loan offer from Real Betis, wanting to get him out on a permanent basis to help our PSR movements in terms of signing a striker for ourselves. It has been suggested by the Spanish press that Getafe, much like Betis, are unwilling to pay the 14 million euros that Leeds United want for Joseph. It is also being reported by Spanish media outlet L'Espertu, who report that the Liga team have submitted an offer for the forward. How much they are willing to offer for him, that is yet to be seen. Obviously, it is later reported they're not willing to meet that 14 million euro valuation. So will they be going in for 10 million pounds, 11 million pounds? For me, if we can get that 10 million pounds that we were offered in the winter, given the fact that he wants to move now, this is going to massively reduce the amount of money we're going to be able to demand for him. If we can get anywhere near that 10 million pounds again, I would take it and reinvest that straight into another striker. Which striker will that be? More information coming up later. Speaking of strikers and Leeds United, another man who will be leaving is, of course, Patrick Bamford, who attracts even further interest from Wrexham. Wrexham obviously were very near Leeds United, both in our promotion parties over in the States. Bamford rubbed shoulders with those guys, supposedly, and they are interested in signing Patrick Bamford. Again, how much money will they be able to offer? I don't know, but Bamford, with his Premier League quality, he's a very outspoken character, he's a very unique character in the world of football, I think would fit in perfectly for what Wrexham are trying to do. It makes perfect sense for me, that move, and it was told again by the Football Insider, Wrexham are very interested in signing him. They don't believe he's Premier League quality right now, so we'll have to wait and see. Will it be Leicester? Will it be Wrexham? But Wrexham are stepping up their interest in Patrick Bamford. Now, another man attracting quite a bit of interest is James Deio, who, of course, left Leeds United this summer. His contract expired, and Leeds had offered him a new deal, but he has now officially left the club, and he is a free agent expected to find a new club soon. Why is this of interest for Leeds United? Pardon me for burping there. Is because Leeds United will actually get compensation money for Deio if he was to leave. Now, what is training compensation? Training compensation is basically money dictated on the player's age, how long he was at the club, and how important the club played in terms of the role the club played in terms of that player's development. So we will get compensated for training packages that we laid out for the player, probably media things, whether it had been in-depth analysis on his game, which of course costs money, canteen food, gym work, whatever it may be. Leeds will be getting some compensation. It will be minimal, but it will help us moving forward in terms of our PSR exploits because they are mugging us right off, as Newcastle are finding. The PSR ruling in the Premier League is a little bit sketchy, if you ask me. Seems like a bit of a closed shop deal going on, as opposed to FFP, where you could get round it easier than walking past a bloody stop sign on an empty road. Now, let's move on to some more exciting news, and what we might be using that PSR money on is, of course, this man, Igor Paixao. You just look at some of his stats here, as we've all absolutely rinsed them over the past month or so, looking at these delectable stats and just dreaming about how he could move on to Leeds United's side. Now, Roma have stepped up their pursuit for him, so it does seem like it isn't just Leeds and Marseille battling it off now. Roma have stepped up their pursuit, and there is so much craziness going on around Igor Paixao right now, so let's try and tackle this in a bit of chronological order. Roma have registered their interest. Multiple European sources indicate that the Calabresi are in a three-way competition for the €30 million rated forward, along with Marseille and Leeds. Among these, Leeds are obviously the front runner, having made the only official bid exceeding 30 million, which we lodged last night, so they must be considered the prohibitive favourites. However, Marseille, according to L'Equipe, this came out this morning, are pleading a new bid for Igor Paixao and are threatening to steal the winger from under Leeds United's noses, despite the fact that Leeds are the frontrunners and have put the biggest bid in so far. L'Equipe writes that Marseille had hoped to put pressure on Feyenoord as they had already agreed on personal terms with Paixao. However, Feyenoord are currently stuck in steadfast over their €35 million valuation. Now, it seems like personal terms are what is drawing Paixao over to Olympique Marseille, because of the fact that he had already agreed personal terms with them. He liked the project, he wanted to sign on for it, he liked the law of European football. However, those clubs weren't able to meet the demands. Now, one club that was able to meet the demands a lot better than them is Leeds United, but it seems like the personal terms have been a stumbling block. Now, as of today being reported, that stumbling block might be easing, because we have got Agent Rafa on the phone. Agent Raphinha, again, another reason why this is my guy. This is why I love this guy. He's loyal to the core. He stayed when he didn't need to. He fought tooth and nail to keep Leeds in the Premier League. He was buzzing to see us back there. He's forever a fan favourite for me and a club legend for the time he spent at Leeds United. And he has been on the blower over to Igor Paixao, basically trying to encourage him and lure him over to Leeds United, talking about the amazing time he had there, talking about the fan base, talking about everything that the club could be building under the 49ers, and he has been getting involved. This is according to journalist Sebastian Vidal, who has stated that Raphinha has gotten personally involved. He said, listen, mate, I'm not liking what the 49ers are doing. I'm not liking this riff-raff. What are you talking about, Marseille? Leeds United are there. Get yourself down there. He's been on the blower talking to them, and hopefully that is enough to clear the stumbling blocks of the personal negotiations. But we're going to have to wait and see what Marseille come out with later today. It was reported that their final bid wasn't good enough. Now they want another one in. It's going crazy right now, but I do expect this deal to be wrapped up within the next couple of days, whether it's Marseille, whether it's Roma, whether it's Leeds. One of the few clubs will be getting Paixao's signing done shortly. I can tell you that for free. Now, one person who is certainly not free for Leeds United would be this man, Timothy Weah, who is reported to cost around 15 to 20 million euros. Could obviously play anywhere across the front line. However, he is steadfast on a move to Olympique Marseille. This one seems done in the water. Now, Fabrice Hawkins recently came out and said, in a deadlock war over Weah's transfer to Marseille, Timothy Weah breaks its silence. Badu Samagay, the player's representative, said Juventus is a fantastic club. The sporting department is managed by 3 people. 2 have class and 1 is still searching for it. We won't hold it against them. 2 are looking for solutions and 1 person is creating problems. We can't let that slide. He's always been a professional. He wants to move over to Olympique Marseille. Old school methods won't fly with me. I'm used to speaking out. It's not necessarily Leeds United news. He's talking about his move over to Marseille, of course, but this is one that we have been keeping a little bit of an eye open for, but it does seem like that time is done. Now, speaking of players who you think is done, which is why the Timothy Weah situation might be of interest, you never know when a player is done, and according to La Gazzetta dello Sport, Leeds United are set to make another proposal for Nicola Christovvic, who we obviously spoke about being in a bit of a deadlock situation. We had agreed a deal pretty much with Lecce. We'd met their valuation there or there enough. They were happy to let him go to us. However, he was keen on a move to another Italian club. He wanted to move to Juventus, Inter Milan, one of those big boys, but none of them were willing to meet Lecce's asking price on him. They didn't want to waste the money on it. They wanted to be able to get him on a cheaper deal. The club weren't happy with that. He's found himself stuck in a situation now where he rejected Leeds and now he's stuck at Lecce. But Leeds United are not holding that against him and apparently are still moving forward for him. Could this happen? Apparently, the Lecce club president could be involved in this deal, moving him over to Leeds United. But either way, we need to get this deal moved fast. If it's this one, if it's another one. Again, this isn't my favourite striking option. I'm sure you guys are well aware of that right now. But right now, beggars can't be choosers. And if we can't get Muniz, if we can't get Garcia, we need someone in that number 9 role. And Christovvic might just still be that guy. But let me know what you guys think about all of these deals down in the comment section down below. For now, though, I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.